Wow, have we got a view. Now I'm halfway through the project of clearing this, and I have found a mountain of stuff that I just cannot believe, because it revealed to me hand carved quarry, I would say about 200 years ago. So come on, I show you this. It's to me, it's amazing stuff. Now the place itself was covered in this nonsense here. If you want to see there, that is a wind bush. It's a beautiful flower. I mean, it's a gorgeous plant, but it's a very invasive species. And it took over this quarry. This quarry probably hasn't been touched in hundreds of years. But come and see what I found. I thought that this place was really, really high. But it turns out it was the wind bushes that were really high. Getting out of this. Too many of you are watching this video and you're not subscribed. Please help the channel, let me produce better quality videos, and subscribe, like, and always click the alert button. There we go. Look at this. This beautiful stone going all the way up. It's not just here. So I found there was ramparts where they were basically cutting out the stone and walking up or walking down the hill. I don't know how they did it, but all I'd done was I looked at the natural slant of the land, cleaned all the wind bushes away, these horrible bloody things here, look. There's loads of videos me doing it. I've been doing so many lives on Saturdays. So I was looking at the natural rampart. There used to be a massive pile of muck here, a massive pile of muck, and it went all the way along. I scraped it and realized this is the fix of the land. What they've done is they took all the ground covering, the soil, and put it in a couple of big piles. I went, right, so I've evened it out now, and this is the rampart. So went up here with my digger, kept on going, and I'll show you. So this was the natural. If you can see, there's tons of wind bush. That was all dead now. I have that pulled out, and I've chucked it in that hole. We're going to have a mighty fire. I'm going to set fire to this whole entire horseshoe quarry, and in there that's going to be a big gigantic fire. In fact, I will dare defy the fact that in Belfast they will see the smoke from this big fire. They will see it. The whole of Belfast, the whole of Lisburn, and I'd even say Craigavon will see this smoke coming from this fire. So come and see. I've unveiled a load of beautiful bluebells, loads of bluebells throughout, but it's caught up with a lot of the weeds. I have to try and maintain the bluebells, but I think they'll grow to its natural habitat anyway. The only thing is to keep the wind bush down now from now on in. But if I've managed to sort of clear the entire land up here anyway of all the wind bush, of all of it, and I've found natural conclaves, if you call it that. Is it conclaves or enclaves of hand-carved stone, where they've just left like big ripples of stone. They've cut it out, they've cut it this way, they've cut it that way, and they've just left this like this little bit of a ridge of stone, and it's going all the way down like a big vein of stone. Look, there's all stone here. This is all stone. It's all cut square. So I went up here. You can see the horses have been here. They've enjoyed this time. There's the horse shit. But they've used little tiny areas. It's like there seems to be little tiny horseshoes of nothing to do with horses, but actual horseshoe shapes of cut stone, where they've cut the stone down and they've left the rough stone on the sides of it. And as I continued going, I found another large cut, which I thought was initially just a hill. Turns out it was a gigantic flat with crap loads of stone. Look at this. Look at this stuff. All here. And they just stopped. They just stopped. It goes on. There's a big massive stone here, but they've stopped. They stopped here. So whatever stopped them from quarrying this stone, maybe government back in the 1800s, maybe they had asshole government people as well, And they went, oh, you can't mill, you can't do any more stonework here. But you can see how much has been cut. They've been cutting this out, level, and pulling it out. And it's so easy to pull. I put my digger in there and it fell like big giant slabs of stone, look. Look. It fell out like so. Big giant thin slabs of stone, look. Great for building with. There's loads of it. So much of it. And I ended up getting up here, not realizing that this was an actual man-made rampart. Went up in my digger, all the way up here. And look what I come across. So this has all been cleaned out. And you can see the horses have been here. They've decided to go and check this place out. But look around you, Joe. Swing around and see what I've got in a 360 view. That's Belfast. All the way up to Murray, Lisburn, and McGabry, Moira up there. So I've really done a lot of clearing. I'm really, really pleased with myself. I'm quite proud that I managed to do this on my own. And that this land has not been touched for 200 years. And I'm the man that did it for them. So going up here, it seems to be they stopped. There's more stone. And it looks, as you can see, massive vein of stone. It looks like they've stopped cutting up here. Whatever it was, they were cutting here, cutting this square, as they were probably going down. But whoever stopped, I did find some old rusty things, but they weren't really recognizable as to what they were. So I found a stone wall over there as well, and a big stone wall going up that hill where all that windbush is that I've been clearing as well. So I have to clear this field, that field down there, if you have a look over there, Joe, over there, windbush, and the remaining part of the windbush here. Most of it I've cleared about, I would say, about 2 acres of land now. And it was 2 acres that the landowner has never used, ever. They've had 2 acres more of usable land now. What I do is I'm going to send Big Bessie down and she's going to clear that whole area. She's going to clean it down like just a normal hill. It's going to be a bit of work because I'm probably going to have to do a bit of rock hammer work as well. But it's going to be cleared and we're going to have a nice slant of hill down there. Will we keep the place open for stone? I think so. I think that's probably a great idea because the farmland requires stone and it's naturally here. So I'll see how much I get pulling out first of all, see if it's viable. There could be a reason why the 1800s they give up on this quarry. But you know, I don't want to affect the land. The idea is to make this land more usable, more important. But again, wow, have we got a view. Isn't that amazing, Joe? It's lovely here. It's quiet, isn't it? I mean, the M1 is just over there, but you can't hear anything. This would be a great place for a property, for a house. A brilliant place. So you could build a beautiful house just looking down. Yeah. Be a good nuclear bunker. I keep talking about it. Yeah, just in there. Oh, could you imagine digging a bunker? That'd be such a class thing. You know, I've managed to pull, and the horses are doing a great job evening up the land for me, because the digger found it quite hard getting up here. This all came from the mini JCB. But everywhere you look, there's stone beds, the stone facing, major stones. But to me, I managed to uncover it. There is more stone up there. That's not been touched, that area there of stone, where that windbush is. I would say the windbush loves the veins, the top layer veins of stone, and it sets its weed and its growth in between. That's why it grows in stony areas. If you see windbush, there's stone below it, I would say. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think I'm right. So I'm just getting myself covered because I'm getting bit by horseflies. There's a lot of horse shite here now. But I've cleared all this area too, down here. This is all land that hasn't been used in hundreds of years. And now I can finally get it all smoothed out. I intend to smooth out that land and make that land, even if not pastoral, it's good for equestrian. The horses love this area. It's a great, what they refer to as, I think it's known as dry ground for winter, otherwise known as a winter field. You could turn this into a great little winter field for, because it's got little tiny ranks and enclaves. It's good for wind protection as well for the horses. I mean, the idea really is also to build a few, which you have to do, Joe, stables. I think the stables are going up there. And there's to be a mother and foal area that we have to put in. No idea. This is what I've been instructed to talk about. We need a mother and foal system now as well. I'm getting bitten. So I'm putting up my thing, even though it's really warm. There's loads of horse flies around at the minute. Okay, so there it is. This is our quarry now more or less fully uncovered. I'll do a full video once it's all done. These are all shorts, but I'll mix them all together and it'll be repetitive and people will be going, oh, it's a repetitive video, but it ain't. It's just, you're watching the moment as it continually grows and continually happens. We've only got literally about another 2 acres to free up, and that would add another 4 to 5 acres of land to the client's portfolio of land. It's great. There's another piece of land over here that's not owned by this client. It's the same problem. They've got the same problem of wind bushing, and that's massive too. So guess what? After this is done, I'm going to go and speak to them. And I'm going to say, listen, I've cleared this land. What do you think? It costs the customer £20,000. I can do the same. Well, I don't know if it's going to cost £20,000. I'm just saying a number, because it could be more. I don't want to scare the client or the other new client. But I could do quite well out of this. And JCB's doing it for me. It's my little JCB, Betsy. Betsy done all this. Such a powerful little machine. And someone said to me it was a soft machine. But so far, since it's got repaired and the RAM was repaired, it's done everything it should. It's never let me down. Anyway, on that basis, good speaking to you. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. And I'm away. Ciao. Come on.